My dreams got dimmer when I stopped smoking pot. Nightmares got more vivid when I stopped smoking pot. And loving you's a little different, I don't like you a lot. You see, it seems
Go outside. This is real life.
I feel as if life has a weird way of showing things to you that you need to see at specific points in your life. So the other day, probably like 4 or 5 days ago now, I started watching this show called Space Dandy that one of my cousins put me onto, and I started watching it, and I really got into it, like got super into it. I think I finished 26 episodes in 3 days, which I never do. It takes me a really long time because I have ADHD and my attention span is low. I'm watching this show, and one day I wake up, and I'm not in the best of moods, kind of feeling sad a little bit, a little down. And I put this show on, and the name of the episode was called World with No Sadness. And I'm watching the episode, and at first, I don't really understand what's going on. I'm paying attention, but I'm not really getting the message. And then the more and more I watch it, the more and more I start connecting the dots. So the character's name is Dandy, and the episode starts off with him in a coffin type thing, and he's floating down the river. And as he's floating, he gets stopped by some creature, some monster, I don't know what it is really. I think it may be a ghost. And he gets stopped, and the little ghost thing, like, becomes his guide. And Dandy starts getting really hungry, so the ghost guy kind of takes him to this area to get some food. And as they're there, there's these monsters that fly above them, and in order for Dandy to essentially not be seen, the monster opens his mouth. The ghost opens his mouth, and as he opens his mouth, you can see, at first I thought it was an upside down cross, but it was not upside down cross. There's a cross. His uvula, something like that, is a cross. He opens his mouth, and he like stuffs Dandy in his mouth so he can like not be seen by these monster things. And then whenever he's done, he spits them out and whatever. They keep on pushing it. They keep it pushing. And they're just walking around, and probably like 5-6 minutes into the episode, the monsters that flew over them come back. And this time they see Dandy, and this time they grab Dandy, and they kind of take him over near this fountain. And I'm looking at these monsters now that you can really see them. I'm like, those look like biblically accurate angels. If you've ever seen a biblically accurate angels, they're like gigantic. There's like wings everywhere. It's just, they look kind of crazy. And Dandy is over this fountain, and he looks in the water at the reflection in the water to see if there's a reflection, and there's no reflection. So that confirmed to me that the world they're living in is not heaven, it's not hell, it's purgatory. They're not dead per se, but they're not, well, the angels, they're dead. But Dandy isn't quite dead because he can still see his reflection in the water. And whenever he realizes this, he's like, oh my God, where are y'all about to take me? And they grab Dandy and they say, we're taking you to your funeral, confirming that this is purgatory. He's back in another coffin, and they essentially riding him to this area where they can have his funeral. And he's talking to the ghost guy that was his guide, and he's like, what's happening? Where are y'all taking me? What is my funeral? I'm not ready to be dead yet. They get to this big cube thing. It's really hot out here. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really hot. But they get to this cube type thing in the sky. It's really high in the sky. And he's sitting there essentially begging to not die, and he's not ready to die. And then the ghost guy that was his guide looks at him, and he says, this is a world with no sadness, so you don't have to worry about death. And then Dandy, hearing what he said, essentially said, there's no world. If there's a world with no sadness, that means there's a world with no happiness, and I don't want to die. So he essentially runs off, he meets somebody, and he basically gets resurrected. But the rest of that episode, it's cool, but it's not as important as that one moment in the show. There is no sadness. There is no happiness in life without sadness. Sadness is a given in life. You have to go through sadness to be able to achieve happiness, essentially. Say something horrible happens. It's one of the worst things ever happened to you. And you don't know what you're supposed to do in that moment. But after a while, as the sadness begins to go away and the good things in your life begin to happen over and over and over again, it brings you a sense of happiness that now that moment of sadness is gone. That moment of sadness is something in the past. It's something that in the moment seemed like such a big deal, but it doesn't even matter anymore because the happiness has came through. Without sadness, the feeling of happiness is meaningless. Sadness is a required thing, man. You may hate it in the moment. Everybody hates it in the moment. I know I hate it in the moment. But just from my little trip moving away, I'd say I've gotten a lot happier. I realized that the problems from the past don't even really mean anything. They aren't important. Nothing about it is important. It's gone. You're on to a next stage of your life. You have to get on to the next stage of your life. That sadness is something for the moment. It's not permanent. And happiness is always going to overtake that sadness. That moment of sadness, you're gonna feel it for a while, but whenever you get to happiness, it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, man, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Tell a bitch shit crisscross. Yeah, I'm bitchin' gotta hit a lick down. Yeah, she could've tell me how to get go.
I can't dance. The other day I went to the mall.
Rob Marciano told you it don't last. Get you a snap. Photocopies of my shit hitting the net. Niggas is ass. I nicked my hand on the back.
Say it again, Nathan. Say what you just said, Nathan. Why they got me on the wall, bro? Why they got me on the wall?
And then I went to this really cool music store.
Used to be on bullshit, bugged out, and the drink was dull and a sharp feeling. 6 feet underneath the sun, chillin', crispy. When everything turned tricky, miss me. I'm not gonna be your burn victim. I roll weed slow and I learn quickly. It's cyclical, that's for certain.
And I got a Earl Sweatshirt vinyl.
Windows open, I know this breeze. Lucifer, sun in the morning. I'll let you talk your
Earl Sweatshirt doors.
These niggas
Show yours,
scared of
Nathan.
morals.
Show yours, Nathan.
Just no pro for the Justice League. I love this team, I'm focused. Fuck police in the wrong to own it. Weed and yoni. Shorty save me the peace I want. Loose change rattling in my pocket.
Man, everything's amazing right now. Let's hope it stays like that.
Stop hating and get money, my nigga. You just mad at all this thugnificence. Respect it, man. Breathe it in, nigga. Bask in it.